Happy Information Wednesday, Chalyce McQueen here. In today's video, I'm dissecting the rideshare endorsement that you can add to your auto policy. I want to break down exactly what it does, who needs it, and why you need to make sure you have the adequate protection for yourself. Before I jump in, the reason for the conversation today is it is the holiday season and many of us do seek out another job, whether it's working retail or doing some kind of delivery service. And because of this, Lyft and Uber, specifically this time of year, sees a 40% jump in their drivers. And so I want to dissect exactly how their insurance works versus how yours works, and why it's so important to make sure if you do any kind of service in this line of work that you have the endorsement on your policy and adequate coverage for yourself. So first and foremost, the Arizona statute does require any kind of ride share that they do maintain not only the state minimum coverage, which is $25,050, but they also increase their bodily injury from the standard $15,000 that's required up to $20,000. So number one, you need to make sure you have a minimum of $25,050 for bodily injury and $20,000 for property damage. Before I proceed, I have to do my usual disclosure. State minimum coverage $25,050 really is no coverage at all. You're providing yourself no protection, and let's be honest, the other party little to no protection as well, especially considering whiplash alone has a typical award of $28,000, which already taps out your bodily injury limit. So at a bare minimum, I like to see my customers maintain 100, 300, if not higher, 250, 500, which would of course qualify for an umbrella policy. Remember, no one is going to protect your assets except for you. So make sure you have the protection that you need and deserve. So now, who needs the rideshare endorsement? So anyone that either is delivering food or people needs to have this rideshare endorsement, whether you're delivering pizzas for Papa John's or you're delivering people or food through Lyft or Uber, you have to have this endorsement. The reason being is if you are in an accident and you don't have this endorsement on your policy, your individual insurance policy is not going to kick in at all. And why it's important is Uber and Lyft explicitly have very limited coverage, and it all depends on the phase of where you are in that transaction. Whether you're on your app is on, are you on the way to go pick up the food or the person, is the person or food in your possession, and then of course when you actually make the delivery. So all these different phases have different levels of coverage through Lyft and of course Uber. So it's important that you do maintain your own level of insurance. And of course I have a horror story for you. Here's a horror story for you. An acquaintance of mine happened to recently sign up for Uber, and he was making a delivery for food for Uber and happened to have a little fender bender on the street where somebody basically sideswiped his car. Well, unfortunately, he did not have the rideshare endorsement, and because he had already released the food, he did not have any coverage through Uber. And because he didn't have the rideshare endorsement on his policy, his insurance company also decided to not pay out the claim. So this is why it's so important to have the rideshare endorsement on your policy. Just like any other life change, I always preach, make sure you have the conversation with your insurance agent, especially if you're going to do some kind of rideshare, whether delivery or food, so you have the adequate coverage and protection that you need. Now, all insurance offer rideshare endorsements, so it's important that you're with a provider that does. The great news for you is Farmers Insurance offers rideshare, and so does MetLife, our new insurance carrier. The great thing about MetLife is MetLife actually offers a distinction whether you're delivering food or people. And of course, when you deliver food, it is less of a rate than, of course, if you're delivering people, because there's less liability and risk. So do yourself a favor, give me a call and let me shop your rate, because I guarantee I can save you money on your rideshare endorsement. Give me a call at 602-525-5665 or email me at cmcqueen@farmersagent.com. Remember to ask yourself, are you protected? We'll see y'all next week.